various techniques like informed search or uninformed search, and he tries to solve the problem, right? So that is how we just define the goal driven agents. In the same way, if you see, the another concept related to this is we just call that to be utility based agent, right? So the utility function that calculates how near the current state is to the agent's goal state, we just call that to be a utility based agents. Okay, here the performance measured will be like we have already seen some, you will be seeing some algorithms like A star algorithm, A star algorithm, everything there, the performance will be measured in the form of a heuristic function, right? Some function is equal to g of n plus h of n, like that will be calculated, right? So all those comes under goal driven agents. Okay, yeah. Coming on to the learning agent, right? So what is a learning agent? Agents with the capacity to learn new skills through observations and acts upon. That means that even though the situation is going to be a very dynamic situation there, the capacity of an agent to learn new skills through observations, we just call that to be the learning agent, right? The components which are associated to this learning agents, we can see we'll just have something like learning component, then aspect of performance, that is nothing but the selects actions, exploration element, which is called that to be a problem generator, then we have feedback element, which is the critic, like so certain things also can be correlated with that, right? Correlated with the learning agents, we can have all these following components, all right? So to put everything in a nutshell related to this agent, we may just represent that in the form of a diagram. Okay, so agent classification, if you see, first it starts with autonomous agents, right? Autonomous agents are further classified into biological agents, robotic agents, computational agents, right? Again, the computational agents, if you see, they are further classified into software agents and then the artificial life agents or artificial agents, we can tell, right? Again, the software agents can be further divided into task specific agents, environmental agents, and then the viruses. Okay, this is all about the comprehensive form of an agent classification, right? So dear students, so under this topic agent or intelligent agent, what is that we have seen till now? I have given you the definition for agent, then what are all the various components that are associated with agent, then we saw each and every new terminologies or the keywords that is associated with that agent. Then I went on for explaining the various agents like rational agent, human agent, or software agent, whatever it is. And for an agent to perform a particular task, what is the flow process, what is the workflow process that was carried out also we saw, right? Then finally we just saw the agent classification, overall agent classification. Okay, in session 2, the first 15 or 20 minutes will be dealt with about the agent, right? Next 15 or 20 minutes, the next topic we have is what are the various other views and perspectives of AI, artificial intelligence, right? In specific, though they have told it is like Turing test in artificial intelligence, it is not a separate topic as such, right? So this Turing test or the various views and perspectives of AI, we can define in terms of intelligence also, right? So intelligence, we can just put it in simple form like the capacity to learn and solve problems. What is intelligence? Generally it is a capacity to learn and solve problems, right? Though it is not so easy to define, it is just some basic fundamental definitions, right? So what are the various views of artificial intelligence? Or we can say views of AI into 4 different perspectives. They have just built it, right? This was built in the few decades before itself. It was built actually. This is not something new. So the 2 dimensions in which we view artificial intelligence with comparison with the human system and then the computer hardware, 2 things we will tell. First is thinking versus acting, right? Next we will tell is human versus rational, which is much easier, right? So what are the 4 things we can define here? First is acting humanly, next is thinking humanly, then acting rationally, then thinking rationally. These are the 4 things, right? So first main important concept is systems which act like a human, next is systems which think like a human, then we have systems which act rationally, then systems which think rationally, right? These are the 4 major things we can have, right? So let us see each and everything in detail. right? Then we will have a better understanding of that, right? To enhance it more, 4 more definitions we have just listed out for a better understanding of this concept, right? So first is systems that act like humans, right? How do we define them? We can just tell that the study of how to make computers to do things at which at the moment people are doing it better. That means that whatever things we are doing, whatever things a human being is doing, AI aim or AI future is that it will make the computers also to do the same things in a much better way. That is the future or the task of artificial intelligence. That is how the scientists are working towards that, right? Suppose if you say systems that think like humans, how do we do that? We will just tell the automation of activities that we associate with human thinking, activities such as decision making, problem solving, learning, everything, right? Whatever is involved with the brain, with the intelligence, that we just put forth in the systems that think like humans. Next thing we have is system that act rationally and system that think rationally. So when we say system that act rationally, we can just define it to be the branch of computer science that is concerned with the automation of intelligent behavior, right? Like how a human being is able to exhibit his intelligence, how he is able to infer something new from the already existing facts, that if the system also can do that, if that a computer can also do that, then it's more or less equal to a human being, right? So this is the other major area that was being focused on. And finally, the fourth important view or the perspective they took into consideration is the systems that think rationally, right? So the study of computation that makes it possible to perceive, reason and act, all that comes under thinking rationally, right? If the system is able to think rationally, if the system is able to perform all these 4 tasks, that means that it's not a wonder that the computer can really imitate a human being, right? Yeah, we will see how all these things are being done. So acting humanly, generally we will take the test of Turing test, right? So acting humanly, what is the Turing test? We can see this Turing test what was performed in 1950 by a scientist called Alan Turing. Okay, Alan Turing performed this test, and after the invention of this Turing model initial machine, later on the digital computer or the abstract model, whatever it was used for computational processes, was brought into existence, right? So Turing test, and Alan Turing was the person who was behind this making or acting a computer think like a normal human being, right? I have just listed out some figures also, you can just look at that. Then coming on to the universal computer, then we can see the diagram here. We have just listed out something like a Turing machine, right? Then how it takes in the input, what are the processing things it does, and how do we get back the output, right? All that is given here. So only after, inspired by the Turing's model, if you see, they came to a conclusion that data unprogrammed are stored in the computer's memory. Only based on this principle, all the other inventions took place. That is how we tell. Okay, so Turing test also played a very vital role in deciding that humans can act like a human being. I mean, computer can act like a normal human being. Okay, yeah. Yeah, since we are talking so much of this Turing test, what exactly is this Turing test? This Turing test goes something like this. Can machines think? Can machines behave intelligently? Okay, operational test for intelligent behavior, the imitation game. Let us see what exactly is the Turing test. Okay, here if you see, 3 rooms will be there. 3 different rooms are there, and each of the room person or whoever it is not aware what is there present in the next room. So in one room, if you see, an interrogator is placed there. Interrogator is going to be a human who is going to put on the questions here. Questions here is nothing but not the oral questions, but only the written questions will be posted. To whom he is posting the questions? See, suppose this is room A. In room B, again another human being is made to sit there. Another human being is seated there. In room C, if you see, just a computer or a AI system is placed there. Alright. Now, the human interrogator will be posting some questions, okay? The same set of questions, it is not the different questions, the same set of questions is posted to both B and C. Okay, B and C will reply back. It is also going to give some written answers. Those written answers are passed back to the interrogator itself. Hope I'm clear, right? I'm repeating it again. There will be 3 rooms there. One room, human interrogator will be sitting there, who will be